Hi, I'm Nate Biddle, and this is VR on the Web. Welcome back, everyone. Today I want to talk more about Zenithian lore for the MMORPG Zenith: The Last City, which has just been released. I want to talk about the Bestiary and companions in that game, and a little bit about the timeline. Let's start with the timeline. This weekend, May 1st and May 2nd, 2021, Zenith: The Last City has finally been released in pre-alpha stage. So those who supported the Kickstarter and the founders of the game as well are going to be able to do a limited pre-alpha this weekend. And then starting May 3rd, from May 3rd through May 9th, there's going to be another closed alpha release. After the 5.3 to 5.9 closed alpha release, they're going to take feedback and make changes as needed. And then starting 6.14 through 6.20 is going to be the second alpha. And then after that, it's to be decided when they're going to do the early bird beta. And so my guess is they're going to do these two closed alphas, and then they're going to take the feedback, make changes as needed, and then, deliver the final product to the users, once the beta testing has been completed. But in the meantime, anyone who's already supported the game, already bought the game, you're going to be able to play the alpha. I'm part of the early bird alpha, so starting on Monday and through the week, I'll be providing updates regarding my first impressions. I'm going to be getting some reviews from people who also played the game to see their opinions on it. And, I'll be sharing, some limited footage, assuming that that's okay, based on, the rules laid out in the alpha. And I reached out to the Zenith team, and it seems that it is okay to release footage for that. But they do have an NDA for the closed preview weekend, which has already begun and is in progress, as of the beginning of today. So, now that timeline stuff's out of the way, I want to just talk a little bit about Zenithian lore, specifically about the Bestiary and companions, the information about which is also on the Zenith site, a link for which I will include in the description of this video. And, they haven't released too much on that yet. I think that from 5.3 to 5.9, we'll get more information about that and see if there are any more creatures. But, as it currently stands, they've given, information and backstory regarding 4 what appear to be sort of beasts or characters you may interact with in combat. And then 1 person who appears to be a companion who is an official in the city, in the large city in the game, Zenith. So the 5 things that they have released are, the 4 beasts, which are Banshee, the Exiled, the Sylphids, and the Naga. And then for the companion, it's a person named Micah or Mika. Let me provide you a description with those. A description of those are as follows. Let's start with Micah, actually, and then we'll go into the beasts. Micah is an official in the Zenithian government who's gained a reputation for her industrious dedication to her role, exuberant personality, and intellectual curiosity. During her free time, she enjoys studying history, and she's enthralled with artifacts from the pre-fracture era. Next, let's go to Banshee. Banshee, or, the Banshees, assuming that there are multiple in this game, I'm actually not sure at this point, but they aimlessly wander in the physical world, and they are lost souls that are infused with corrupted essence, which is a sinister force that contaminates essence, which seems to be a more legitimate magic or life force that is part of the world. I think more of that will be revealed during the 5.3 to 5.9 beta. One of their hallmark traits, the Banshees, is their ghastly wail, an agonizing shriek that alerts people of its presence. Next, let's talk about the Exiled. During the fracture, a force called Corrupted Essence spread throughout the land and infected creatures and humans alike. People in Zenith who were touched by this corrupted essence were subsequently exiled from the city. Many of the exiled migrated to new lands or formed their own communities. There is an aggressive minority of exiled who still harbor resentment towards Zenith, and they seek vengeance against the city. Next, let's talk about the Sylphid. The Sylphid are unfortunate creatures that were once humans who were eventually depleted of their natural essence. They are mutated husks of their former selves who operate on pure instinct, indiscriminately attacking humans who wander into their territory. So watch out for those. Finally, we have the Naga. And the Naga are snake-like creatures, hostile and cunning, who often attack in packs. Corrupted essence enhances their powers, and they attacked many people during the fracture. So, those are the 5 main storyline bestiary and companions that are laid out on the website. I think there's going to be more revealed, and we'll have more information about that, and I'll provide that to you guys between 5.3 and 5.9. I'm really excited about that. What I've already seen so far seems like they're putting a good level of detail in relation to the, or relative to the graphics of the environments that we've seen, and I'll include a link to the levels exploration that I also did a video on, a week or so, or a couple weeks back. So, it seems like they'll fit in well. I think that it's great to have sort of these different tribes or different people that seem, or different creatures that seem to represent different regions in the game. It'll be exciting to see if the 4 creatures that I mentioned are just combatants, or if there are good versions of them. I think that it's going to be cool to see if Micah or Mika is sort of the only NPC representative in the city. That would be kind of interesting. Or if there will be other NPCs, whether or not those are sort of nameless NPCs that wander around the city. Or if it'll actually just be a world that's completely full of player characters aside from, gatekeepers and people like Micah or Mika. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. And that's the timeline and then the bestiary and companions. So, like and subscribe if you haven't already, because throughout the next week I'm going to be making videos as often as possible. Once I've played the game, I'm going to play starting 5.3, immediately once I'm able to, and I'll give you my first thoughts, first impressions, and let you know if this seems like a game worth playing. But aside from that, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you next time.